Good Saturday, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Yesterday was a terrible, terrible day out in the plains. If you have not heard, there were hundreds of tornado reports, actual tornadoes. I mean, you're seeing some there. Some of the video is just wild. I mean, we're talking huge wedge tornadoes that are, could be up to a half-mile wide or even larger, crossing interstates, ripping apart complete subdivisions and housing. I mean, look, now you've got two of these. This is Weather Channel. That's Fox Weather. I mean, look, all the devastation. Just numerous reports of tornadoes, and we're not talking small tornadoes. We're talking huge tornadoes. Some of these rival the strength and size of tornadoes that we recall back in 2021 in December. And here's the thing about some of these tornadoes that we're hearing about. It wasn't all that warm. Sometimes we think it's got to be like in the upper 70s, low 80s, to spawn some of these things. Temperatures in some of these places, like in Nebraska and Iowa, were in the 60s, in the mid and upper 60s, but the conditions were so favorable. There was so much wind shear and so much energy with these storms that it spawned these incredible tornadoes yesterday. The good news for us is that none of that is coming our direction. It's all going to stay out there. That's bad news for those folks because, I mean, there were fatalities. There were hundreds of injuries, and the devastation in some cases. I've seen pictures of just completely leveled down to the foundation, homes and businesses and things like that. So, and it's going to be that way again today. More so a little bit further south. We're talking about parts of Missouri into Oklahoma, into Texas. It is just going to be a terrible, terrible day out that way. High pressure is hanging on for us and keeping us pretty dry, even though we do see some showers trying to work in here this morning. Here's the Plano cam. And one of you suggested to me that I tilt it up a little more to show more of the sky. You don't care about seeing the neighbors go down the street. So I'm accommodating you. So there's the sky. It's cloudy. There's a little bit of a breeze out there this morning, but it's pretty nice. I mean, temperatures are in the upper 60s. It's warm. To near 70. It's also humid, and you might think, well, just looking at that sky and looking at the temperatures and again the humidity and all that, are we in trouble? No, we're not. We're actually still under the dome of high pressure, and so even though it looks threatening this morning, there's a bit of rain. I'll show you on the radar, but it's going to be gone here. It's going to be kind of like yesterday, where you get a quick hit of rain and then it's over. It's out of here. And then the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend is just going to be absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look downtown from the AAA Systems weather cam. And you can see that over downtown Bowling Green, same picture, cloudy. We'll see some shower activity trying to work in here, but most of it will not be any big deal this morning. So again, once that's over, it's over for the rest of the weekend. I don't really see any other shower activity trying to work in here, which is good for you guys that want to get out and do something and take advantage of the weekend and have some personal time or do some yard work or just enjoy it, which you should. Here's a look at the winds this morning. And we have somewhat of a tight gradient. You can see the equal lines of pressure. And when they're packed like that, that means breezy conditions. We're getting a wind from the south at about 11 to 15 occasionally. There's 13 miles per hour from the south, a little southeast in Tompkinsville, Madisonville, Hopkinsville at 11 miles per hour. E-Town, 12 miles per hour from the south. Let's show you the radar. As I mentioned, there is a little bit of patchy light rain that is over the area that's just trying to pass through here. It's not that big of a deal. It's just this little disturbed weather that's weakening. Notice here, watch it just kind of weaken. Yeah, it's being eaten away from the big dome of high pressure that's sitting over us. So mainly those of you that live west of Bowling Green will see these showers within the next little bit. The current time is 6:36 as I do this live. So if you're watching later, this is probably now just pretty much nothing, because again, near the surface, it's very dry. Some of this is mostly aloft, and will not make it down to the ground. So there's your shower activity this morning that is sitting across the area. Satellite view, we'll check the clouds here, and exactly where you're seeing the rain is where we're seeing the thickest clouds, that cloud cover that I showed you on the Plano cam and the AAA Systems downtown camera. But you see back to the west, we're starting to see some sun. There will be a few scattered high clouds. The rest of the day looks, we'll call it partly sunny. There will be times when the clouds will thicken up and cover the sun, or maybe a veil of clouds over the sun. But otherwise, we're looking at a very quiet day after we get through some of these showers. You can see the big booming thunderstorms out in the plains already, parts of Missouri, and you see all the lightning strikes down there around Batesville, Arkansas, just north of Little Rock and west of Jonesboro. Some pretty hefty thunderstorms going on there, but none of that around here. So plan accordingly. I think you're going to be just fine today. I don't think we're going to see any more rain. If something does pop up, it would just be something that's a renegade, just kind of, one of those little pop-up showers with the heat of the day. But overall, everything's going to stay west of us as far as any kind of really active weather today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's looking even better than today. And then the numbers. Yes, the model blender. The blender has been looking good lately. And check this out. You know what you don't see there? You know what you don't see there? Chilly air. I think it's gone. I think it's over. I think it may be over for the entire season. Oh, the audience likes that. Woohoo! Yeah, okay, well. Yeah, so, hey, there you go. 82 today. I'm going 83. It's going to be breezy. It's going to be like it is right now. There are going to be breezes, and the dew points are in the 60s. So that means it does feel muggy. It does feel humid. It's going to stay that way. But there is a cap on the atmosphere enough that we just don't have the lift. We don't have a triggering outflow boundary. We don't have a cold front. We don't have any kind of little boundary that's going to help pop or trigger thunderstorms. So there's going to be a lid on the atmosphere, and therefore we're not going to see any kind of very active weather, at least not until Monday is the way it looks right now. So today and tomorrow, we're looking at low to mid 80s. I'm going to go 85 for tomorrow. Then we'll go about 83 on Monday with the showers and the thunderstorms coming in during the day. Slightly cooler 80 on Tuesday. I'm going to go 82, maybe 83. Then we go back to look at that 86 on Wednesday. Wow. Yeah. And there will still be some renegade showers or afternoon pop-up variety type thunderstorms that will be in there. And that's pretty much all week. It's going to be that way. Very summer pattern that is settling in here for the next several days. You go 85, maybe 86 again on Thursday. We get into Friday, which is Kentucky Oaks, just before the Derby, and you get 81. Yeah, that's probably correct for the Lexington area and Louisville and those places. Now you get up to the Derby, and if you're going to be there on Saturday, there is a possibility of a scattered shower or thunderstorm, but we're going to be more around 80 for a high temperature. Upper 70s maybe for Churchill Downs if you're going to the Derby, and maybe a scattered shower or thunderstorm. So, mostly dry track, but it could get wet. It's a possibility. So this kind of unsettled pattern is going to continue because it's more of a summer-like pattern than it is a spring-like pattern. Then you see a streak of mid to upper 70s as we head into next weekend and the beginning of the following week. But that takes us into May, and it's looking very, very summer-like. So enjoy that. I don't see the coolest I see there is what? Not this coming Monday, but the following Monday, May 6th, that Monday night in the mid 50s for overnight lows. And that's not chilly at all. Not even close. Could there be one more little blip? Yeah, of course. There's always that possibility, even in the month of May. It is a possibility. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but with each day that passes, it's less and less likely that you're going to have to worry about, is there going to be frost on my plants that I've already set out for the summer season? I've gone ahead and bought, like ferns and different things because to me, it's over. I think it's pretty much over, that kind of weather. All right, here's a look at the maps this morning, and I can't show you Mesonet data because it's not there this morning, so they may be experiencing an outage. But let's go on to the maps here. You can see this little disturbance that formed last night over the area as a result of some leftover thunderstorms that are back to the west. So that is a trigger. But there's so much dry air sitting over our area this morning that there is rain above us, but not all of it's like yesterday. Not all of it's hitting the ground until you get closer to some of these showers that hold together and overcome the dry air that's in place. And that happens sometimes. It happened yesterday. And we picked up 1900ths of an inch of rain yesterday morning. I know it looked like it started raining, and I thought this is raining a little harder than I thought it was going to. Wait a minute. Was it Homer? Come in here. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those dope moments, and I thought, okay, this is not supposed to rain this much. But it held together a little bit better than I anticipated. So that's on me. But 1900s, hey, it was a nice drink of water for your plants that you have put out. So that's okay. And that's what we're seeing this morning. It's not going to last. It's going to run into this drier air. Then it's going to start to fall apart later this morning. And then the rest of the day is good. But oh my gosh, look at this. Whoops, went too far. Oh, come back. One more. No, that's too much. All right. Well, it's not going to let me do the in-between. I was trying to do an in-between. Wait a minute. Let me do this. Okay. There we go. Look at all that. Red zone from Lincoln, Nebraska. This is the area that got the worst of it yesterday. Des Moines to Lincoln, Omaha, Topeka, down to Wichita, Oklahoma City, Fort Worth, Dallas. Look at that. This is where the active zone will be today. The red zone, we call it. Red boxes there for a purpose. That means this is the danger zone for severe weather today. And it could be as big of an outbreak as it was yesterday, or even bigger. I mean, this is a powerful storm. It's not showing any signs of slowing down. In fact, it's just kind of hanging here in one place. And the reason why it's not moving any faster or out of this region any faster is because of the big high pressure dome that's out to the east. Once this high pressure moves a little further east, it will allow this to move east, and there's new energy coming in from California that's going to kick this thing where it moves over to us. Now, I don't want you to be alarmed here. Once this thing comes our direction, this high pressure will actually help us in that it's going to weaken the system as it moves in. So Monday, yeah, we could have some hefty thunderstorms, but they will be in a much, much weaker state of activity by the time they reach us. I mean, look at this. Here we go into this evening. You're going to hear about it again on the news. You watch any of the weather channels. I mean, it's going to be, you're going to see more tornado footage. You're going to see more devastation. I mean, there were homes that were scoured yesterday down to the concrete slabs of their homes in places yesterday. That's going to happen again today, tonight, unfortunately, overnight. Look at that. Oklahoma City to Tulsa, Fort Worth, Dallas, all the way down almost to the Rio Grande, San Antonio, Austin. Ugh. That's pretty incredible. Here we go into tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. This system finally gets kicked out to the east a little more. Notice the high pressure is still out here in the Atlantic, trying to hold that wall, but it's also holding this back from making any forward progress. But eventually this kicks into high gear and the high pressure begins to move further east. So here's Sunday morning. We stay dry. We stay dry all day Sunday. Here's Sunday night. Now we're starting to see a little bit more eastward progress into Monday. Here we come. Here comes the rain, scattered showers at first, and then a good solid line of thunderstorms just ahead of the cold front as this system takes a dive for Texas. And then we start to see some things improving in the plains. They finally get to clean up after all the mess. High pressure retreats a little bit more. Here we go into Tuesday. The front is over us. Showers and thunderstorms, not continual, but at least there. And then we go into more of a pattern of daytime heating type thunderstorms. We've got dirty highs. I call them dirty highs because they're contaminated with some shower activity. They're not very strong. They're just kind of there. And not really, not like this one where it's fending off the rain. These are the kind that just allow a little bit of moisture to make it down, and you get an occasional, mainly afternoon and evening thunderstorm. Then the rest of the day is sunny to partly sunny. It's going to be that kind of a very summer-like pattern that we see around here. This is 7 a.m. Wednesday morning, the first day of May. Here we go into the second, which is Thursday. Scattered showers. It's not going to be continual. Another cold front moves through on Friday with some showers and thunderstorms, but all of this looks like it's going to be fairly tame and not very, very bad. I mean, at some point, I do think there will be at least a day or two in there, and it could be Monday or it could be Tuesday when we do see some severe weather threat, but it doesn't look like it's going to be anything anywhere close to what's been going on out in the plains. I don't see that developing here. All right, in the chat box this morning, Kay, Ellen, good morning, Jerry, Eva, Carol, Ellen, Kathy, Delilah, Tony, Janice, Gregory. All right. You guys have a great weekend. Take advantage of the weather. Just remember, little bit of rain this morning, and all of you, most of you will not even see that. Just a little bit of rain this morning, then it's gone. Rest of the weekend, outdoors, perfect, warm, humid, breezy. Don't forget that. And a high today of about 83. Okay, thanks for watching. God bless you. Take care.